All right. What is up? What is up? I want to see what happened this week. So go to the main source, the truthful source, the honest source of all news in America, The Daily Show. You know, I like Trevor Noah. I love Jon Stewart more, but Trevor Noah is gonna put it down for us right here, and we're gonna talk about some shit that happened this week. What did happen this week? I don't know, actually. Kanye West.
Big tech news.
Okay.
Mark Zuckerberg has just revealed that from now on, people will have legs in the metaverse. Yeah, and
Do people not have legs in the metaverse? Is that something like you guys forget to put legs on people? Like you guys are so out of touch with human beings that you guys forgot that human beings have legs. Maybe it's because they sit down so much.
I, for one, am truly excited for what this means. Because first you get legs, then you will get feet. Pretty soon, you'll be able to walk out of the metaverse and go literally anywhere else. In climate news, New Zealand has just announced a plan to fight methane emissions by taxing cows for their burps.
It's about damn time the cows had to pay some taxes. Tired of paying all these taxes myself. Fucking cows. Living off the man's dollar.
And this is how much billionaires are winning in the world. Even cows are getting taxed before them. And by the way, even if you support this general idea to try and slow climate change, you have to admit, if you were a cow, you'd be pretty pissed about this.
Just a little.
Oh. Hold on.
Thank God I'm not on mushrooms right now.
You steal my milk, make me spend my whole life on death row, and now you two-nipple bitches are gonna tax me.
Two-nipple bitches!
For burping? Are you all driving electric cars? No! Are you all using solar panels now? No! You still flying private jets, but I get taxed? Okay, well, how about this? You bitches! Take that, you bitches! Oh, those New Zealand cows are angry. All right,
yeah! That's it. Well, I understand, man. Somebody came and tugged on your titties all the time when you ain't even expecting that shit. I'd be pissed off, too.
In sports news, after it
here
came
we
out
go.
that NBA star Draymond Green of the Golden State Warriors punched his teammate in the face during practice, Green has announced that he will be taking some time off.
Does that surprise anybody that Draymond Green punches his own teammates? Anybody that watches basketball? That man he has the emotional maturity of a 7-year-old. Maybe a 6-year-old.
Which is a great
reminder.
And
he looked like a 6-year-old.
Do not punch your coworkers unless you want some extra vacation time.
Yes!
All right, let's move on to some of the biggest stories of the day, which for some reason all involve racism. Yeah, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of racism, but it's a pretty hot thing these days. And by these days, I mean the last 1,000 years. Now, for some reason, it seemed like everyone was extra racist this weekend. I don't know. Maybe because it was like a 3-day weekend.
And they bring up Columbus. All right, here we go.
You know, people had a little more time to kick back and work on their racism. Whatever it was, it almost seemed like people were competing to see who could be the most racist. So, let's dive in to all the competition for a segment we call The Amazing Racism. Our first story involving racism hails from the great state of Alabama. I know, I'm shocked too. What makes this racism special is that it's from a senator, one of the 100 best people in America, and he said it out loud on TV.
No way.
Senator Tommy Tuberville of Alabama is facing a significant backlash from major civil rights groups for comments he made at a Trump rally over the weekend.
Senator Tuberville called out Democrats as being pro.
His name is Tommy Tuberville. You didn't think he was racist?
Crime. He also suggested that people who want reparations for ancestral slavery are to blame for the crime.
The Democratic Party, they have a majority. They could stop this crime today. They want crime. They want crime because they want to take over what you got. They want to control what you have. They want reparation because they think the people that do the crime are owed that. Bullshit. They are not owed that.
Woo! Yeah, you tell them, Tommy. That thing you just made up right now about reparations is bullshit. We can't have that fake thing happening. Woo! I gotta say, people, I've heard racists say all kinds of things. I've heard them say that black people are criminals, and I've heard them say that reparations are reverse racism, but it takes a true racism innovator to combine both ideas at the same time. Yeah, this is like the stuffed crust pizza of racism, because I knew...
The one thing I'll say about reparations is a rising tide lifts all boats. A rising tide lifts all boats. You know, you want to help, I don't care what color, black, white, Mexican, like, putting money into the poor communities is a good idea. It lessens the amount of crimes that take place. It lessens the economic burden on the middle class when you have less issues with health care. There's a lot to it. Steven Pinker really goes into it. I really like Steven Pinker's ideas on all this stuff. And rising tide lifts all boats. So as far as reparations go, you know, I don't know, man. There's something to be talked about there. But I know that that's a controversial topic, and it's part of a real nuanced conversation. So
you could have crust, and I knew that you could have cheese, but I didn't know that you could put the cheese inside the crust that's holding the rest of the cheese, because now the crust is holding the cheese at the same time. It's genius!
Are you saying racism is delicious?
Now, if you're confused by what this man is saying, congratulations. It means you're sane.
I didn't understand it.
But his point is that Democrats want black people to do crime because that's basically reparations, which the Democrats believe they deserve. And there are just two things I can think of off the top of my head.
I still don't understand.
Off the top of my head. One, how does this argument explain black people who steal things from other black people? Because then who's reparating who? Secondly, how is this man going to stand on stage and imply that all criminals are black? Huh? That is disgusting.
I grew up in a trailer park. I can tell you that all criminals aren't black. There's a lot of white people doing bad shit. A lot of Mexican people doing bad shit. It's not racially, like, you know, some type of genetic thing. It's called being poor, for one thing, and being uneducated. And there's a lot of, like I said, it's a very nuanced conversation. Stop trying to make this shit so simple. It's not simple.
Has the senator never watched Netflix? Huh? I'm not gonna stand
White people do the worst crimes.
Erase all these white people's contributions. This is the real racism, my friends. Trying to make it seem like white people can't do crime. How dare you? White people do crime just like anybody. These guys gonna make it seem like, well, all my white friends in here, you can do the crime. You hear me? You don't listen to these people say you can't do crime.
I'll tell you one thing that white people don't do as well. White people, we can't riot for shit. See that January 6th shit? I was watching that clip, that dude was riding on a Segway. Only a white person shows up to fucking riot on a Segway. And then fucking, dude, we would pay the entry fee to get into the Capitol. Like if that was, like they stopped us, but they're like, you guys can come in and riot, you just gotta pay, we'd do it. We're not good at rioting, man. We've had too much shit. Like white people have had too much good shit for too long. We don't know how to be that mad.
You do the crime. Look, you know what? While this is upsetting, it's not exactly surprising. I mean, he's an Alabama conservative named Tommy Tuberville. What would be surprising is if he got up on stage and he was like, I'd like to open today with my favorite passage from James Baldwin, y'all. So, that's our first story, and I hope you warmed up, because this next
first one
is a little more unexpected, and it takes place in liberal LA.
In Los Angeles, the big political issue right now is a blockbuster tape recording that could force 3 city councilors to resign.
Nuri Martinez, a rising star in LA politics, potentially faces a career in ruins. The first Latina chosen to lead the Los Angeles City Council caught on tape making racist and offensive comments during a redistricting meeting with 3 Latino Democrats. At one point, Martinez talks about the black child of Mike Bonin, a white council member, in Spanish calling the boy a little monkey.
Oh, shit, son. And there's this white guy with this little black kid who's misbehaved. Kid is bouncing off the effing walls on the float, practically tipping it over. There's nothing you can do to control him. I'm not even gonna say that last part. That's in Spanish. I might get in trouble.
Who's
I'm guessing that's where she calls him a little monkey.
Off the effing walls on the floor, practically tipping it over. There's nothing you can do to control him. Parece changuito. He looked like a little white kid, which I was like, this kid needs a beat down. Like, let me take him around the corner and then I'll bring him back.
And she said, I'll take him around the corner and I'll bring him back. Oh my God. I've heard obviously this news story this week, because who hasn't? Damn, Nuri.
Boy, yeah.
Damn.
A Latina Democrat called the black son of a white colleague a little monkey, was bouncing all around the walls.
Racism don't belong to any party, just so you know.
Effing walls. Yeah, thank you for censoring yourself. I appreciate it. That was weird. I mean, I'm not sure she censored herself in the right place. That was weird of her. To be like bouncing off the effing walls like a little monkey. Yo, I think you would have censored the racism and just say F***. I think that would be better.
Yeah, just
but
drop
to each
the
their
F-bomb,
own. I
dude.
guess I'm just effing crazy that way, you know? Also, like, do you know how
Holy
racist
shit.
you have to be to see a kid misbehaving and your first instinct is to use a racial slur against him? It's a little kid.
Yeah, it's a fucking
Right?
kid,
We all see
dude.
kids of every race throw a tantrum or misbehave. And I'm not trying to brag, but personally, I hate all kids equally. It's not the color of their skin that makes them annoying, it's the content of their shitty character. What's especially wild about this story as well is that in the same conversation, she basically implies that because the kid is black, not white, he should be beaten so that he behaves.
Yeah,
And I'm sorry.
Yeah, she said he was raised like a white child. I got my ass whooped. I don't know what white kid she knows. Well, okay, I do know what white kid she knows. Never mind.
People, if you believe that black kids deserve to be beaten, you have no place being on the LA City Council. You clearly belong in the LAPD. Before we run out of time, there is one story that has the whole world talking. I'm referring, of course, to Kanye West, rapper, entrepreneur, and the guy who proved that not...
All right, before he gets into this, I'm just going to say this. I watched the Kanye documentary. It softened my heart. I love Kanye's first couple albums. I thought they were real soulful, good music. But I watched that documentary, and I am willing to go on record as saying I think that Kanye might be on the spectrum, the autism spectrum. I just saw the way that he acted at certain places. My son is an Aspie. And I think that he may have grown up or came up during a time where identifying these issues in children with autism were not real prevalent. And I think he didn't get the help that he needed. However, Kanye, holy shit, bro. The stuff dude, you got to calm down, big guy. Yeah, stop with that crazy shit.
Even black people can make the MAGA hat cool. Kanye has been drifting more and more to the right lately, from wearing a White Lives Matter shirt to sitting down for an interview with Tucker Carlson. But over the weekend, Kanye drifted right off the deep end.
Ye, formerly known as Kanye West, is now blocked from using Instagram and Twitter because of racist and anti-Semitic messages that he posted. On Friday, Instagram was the first site to lock his account after Kanye posted text messages between him.
Look how big Diddy's neck is. Holy fuck, Diddy. Diddy's on them steroids.
Himself and the rapper Sean Diddy Combs. In those messages, he accused Diddy of being controlled by Jewish people after Diddy criticized a shirt Kanye was photographed wearing that read, "White Lives Matter." Then on Sunday, Kanye posted a series of tweets, once again targeting Jewish people, using the phrase DEFCON 3.
He said DEFCON, not DEFCON. Kanye don't know the difference. Somebody gotta help Kanye out sometimes. Like, he is like the dude that needs that person that edits his tweets before he sends that shit out. DEFCON.
Start lashing out, tweeting, "I'm a bit sleepy tonight, but when I wake up, I am going DEFCON 3 on Jewish people." The funny thing is, I actually can't be...
Okay, and only rich people... Sorry, Kanye's a rich person. But only rich people are like, I'm gonna take a nap and we'll wake up and fucking go off on some people.
Anti-Semitic because black people are actually Jew. Also, you guys have toyed with me and tried to blackball anyone who ever opposes your agenda.
Is it me or is there zero punctuation?
Oh no, Kanye, you gonna do it again? You gonna do it again? don't even know where to begin with this shit. I mean, promoting anti-Semitism to your 50 million followers, not even joking about it, threatening to go DEFCON 3 on Jewish people, which, by the way, I know this is not the point, but that's not how you say it.
Nah.
I know it's not the main issue here, I know that. But it's DEFCON 3, all right? Not DEFCON
We're learning.
3. Right? DEFCON sounds like a trade show where they unveil all the latest coffins or something. This model comes with Bluetooth. Now you can check on to make sure Nana's still there. Just use the app. DEFCON. Not to mention the DEFCON scale goes from 1 to 5. So DEFCON 3 is like in the middle.
Yeah, it's just kind of meh. Like he's upset, but he's, you know, he could go further, like way further. So maybe that's why he needed a nap. Like, he was tired. Maybe he would have been at DEFCON 4 or 5, but he was super tired. He's sleepy.
If you're trying to tell people how hard you're going to go, that's just a weird way to do it. You know? I'm about to open up a can of whip ass, but I'm going to put half of it in some Tupperware for later. You've been warned. I don't want to use all my whip ass at the same time.
He was tired.
It's funny that he starts his threat with, I'm a bit sleepy tonight. What is that? What is that? Does anti-Semitism make you tired? Is that why MAGA people love the MyPillow guy? Is that what this is? But I will say, man,
they finally explained it. The MyPillow guy. That's his part in all this. To provide them with comfort to lay their head down upon.
I feel bad for American right-wingers, you know? Because they're getting Kanye now. I think if they missed college dropouts, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, graduation, you know, they missed all of that. They're getting this Kanye. It's like getting to date the high school prom king, but decades after high school.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, you remember Chad from high school?
Oh,
well,
Chad.
He's got uncontrollable flatulence now, yeah. They might even tax him in New Zealand. So, those are the contenders.
This is a
in
cow
this week's
joke.
Amazing Racism. You've got a black guy hating on Jews, a white guy hating on black people, and a Hispanic woman hating on a white guy for how...
I'm just gonna, my winner in this one is Nuri. Dude, that was fucked up. You can't talk about kids like that, man. Leave the kids out of it.
He raises his black kid. You've got like every combination of racism in there. And you could find that depressing. You could, and I would understand why. But I myself choose to see this. I choose to see all these things as the glass half full. You know, if everyone is being racist against everyone else, then that means that no matter what color we are, racism is at least one thing that we all have in common. And what a beautiful thought that is. Remember how NASA slammed a spaceship into an asteroid to test whether they could change its course? Well, yesterday, they officially announced that it was a success.
This is the kind of shit that we do that worries me, because that's the kind of shit that it's like they did it. And I have like a lot of faith in these guys because they do some crazy shit. But then they're like, so now there's an asteroid coming at the Earth, but it definitely doesn't have anything to do with us slamming that satellite into it earlier this week. Completely different asteroid, nothing to do with that. Totally not our fault. At all.
Yeah. The asteroid wasn't actually headed to Earth, and they hit it, and now it is. So good luck, everyone. Yeah, you just clap for us dying. I'm not really sure this was all necessary, though. Like, to send a vessel up to hit the asteroid, spend all that money. Like, if we're honest, one immigrant mother could have done the same thing.
Right? With a
just
fucking
flip-flop. That's all she needed to do.
Yeah.
Just be like, come to Earth and see what happens. Come to Earth and see what happens. Yeah, that's right. Turn around. Turn that asteroid around. In sports news, NFL star Devontae Adams of the Raiders has now been charged with misdemeanor assault for shoving a sideline photographer.
He's officially a Raider now.
On Monday. Yeah, luckily, the photographer was attended to by NFL doctors, so he'll be fine. I mean, he died, but the doctors still cleared him to play next Sunday. They said the game must go on. All right, let's move on to some of the biggest stories of the day. Starting off with a major story about the gig economy. You know, the gig economy, the reason your Tinder date had to make a stop to deliver Shake Shack. Well, over the past decade, more and more people have been making a living at jobs where the companies they work for are technically not their employers. But now, America's most famous employee might be changing that.
All right, a potential game changer for millions of gig workers. The Biden administration proposing a new rule that would reclassify millions of them as company employees. The new rule could have wide-ranging impact on profits at Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, and other companies that rely on contractors. With that employee label, workers would be eligible for protections like a minimum hourly wage, overtime pay, jobless benefits, and workers' comp.
Wow. If Biden gets...
I thought that everybody got that shit. Apparently, certain people don't get the same shit.
It's done. It's going to shake up the world of apps completely. Because you realize right now, the reason delivery and car apps can take in billions of dollars is partly because they don't technically have employees, which is great for them. Right? It's the same way some people aren't technically in a relationship, but they still get all the benefits. They get the sleepovers, but then they don't have to take care of you when you're sick, you know? It's just like, oh, I'm sorry you're not feeling well. I guess I'll see you when you're ready to smash. Bye! But what Biden is suggesting is that these companies have to give their workers the benefits that employees would get. And I know that you'll agree with me. No one deserves it more than them, right? Because these people are hard workers. They're driving everywhere. They're biking. They're delivering. They're taste testing our food before it gets to us. This is hard work. So this is a big step for a lot of people in the gig economy. But don't forget, there are drawbacks to being considered an employee. Yeah. Like, for instance, people singing you happy birthday at work. Yeah, you'll love it initially, but once they start on the, how old are you now? How old are you? You'll be like, I have health care, but at what cost? All right, let's move on to some news about the midterms. The reason your inbox is now full of emails with the subject line, send me $4 or I'll kill myself. Let's catch up on some of the tightest races in our ongoing coverage of Vote Demic 2022.
Here we go. This should be interesting.
Right now, any single Senate race in America could determine which party could take control of the Senate, giving them the power to get nothing done for the next 2 years.
Yeah, let's be honest, it doesn't matter who's in power. They all fucking suck.
Few races are closer right now than the one in Pennsylvania. On the Republican side, you have Dr. Oz, famous TV doctor and proof that even Oprah makes mistakes. And on the Democratic side, you have John Fetterman, former lieutenant governor and dude who's just going off in the mosh pit. This race is hinged on a number of issues, like crime, abortion, and the fact that Dr. Oz has only lived in Pennsylvania for less than 2 years. Which, is that even a real Pennsylvanian, huh? Has this dude even been in a fistfight in a Wawa parking lot yet?
Right, seriously, bro. Yeah, man, you can't represent Philadelphia and let's come on. Like, you ain't been in a fist fight in the Wawa parking lot? Dude, I'm worried about your cred, bro.
But now another question has begun to take center stage in the race. John Fetterman's health. Back in May, Fetterman suffered a stroke. And even though he's been back on the campaign trail, he still hasn't fully recovered. And now, his first major interview since the stroke has everyone talking.
Can voters trust that you will be able to do this job on day one?
Yeah, of course.
This is Pennsylvania Democratic Senate candidate John Fetterman's first in-person sit-down interview since a stroke sidelined him from the campaign trail for months.
That auditory processing where I'll hear someone speaking, but sometimes I'll be able to be precise on what exactly that they're saying. I use captioning.
His campaign required that he be allowed to use a transcription program on his computer during our interview.
I always thought I was pretty empathetic, emphatic. I think I was very, empathetic. That's an example of the stroke, empathetic. I always thought I was very empathetic before having a stroke. But now after having that stroke, I really understand, much more kind of the challenges that Americans have day in and day out.
So yeah, this interview came out. And now obviously you've got people on the right saying Fetterman forgot a word and he can't understand speech.
Okay. But I'm just going to say this. Y'all don't want to vote for him because of the way he speaks, but have you heard Herschel Walker? That's your dude. He ain't even have a stroke yet.
So he's not fit for the Senate. And look, this is politics. So I get it. People will jump on any weakness to give their party an advantage. I understand that. But let's be real, people. if stumbling over a word every now and again disqualified you from politics, America wouldn't have had a president for the past 6 years.
Yeah. Hey, Trevor. Thank you. See, that goes for both, man. Stop acting like your dude's better than the other dude. Fuck, man. They all bad. Stop electing 95-year-old white dudes that haven't fucking lived anything like your life. Stop it.
In fact, at least Fetterman acknowledged that he messed up the word and he corrected himself. Yeah, Biden wouldn't have noticed, and he would have.
He wouldn't even known,
man.
Yeah.
And Trump, can you imagine Trump? Trump wouldn't have even acknowledged it at all. Like, Trump would have tried to convince us that he actually got the word right.
Yep.
Like, I always knew that I was emphatic, and I was, and also empathetic. I was emphatically empathetic.
Dude, he's spot on. That's fucking spot on. Exactly what Trump would do. And exactly what Biden would do. Stop acting like your dude's fine. Neither one of them were good.
I'm so emphatic about being empathetic. Emphatic about emphysema. Do we love emphysema, folks? We love it so much. And also, as for needing to read captions because he has a troubled understanding of speech now, I don't know. Is that really a deal breaker? Huh? In fact, if you ask me, I think America needs more people in politics who actually know how to read. Maybe that's just how I see it. If anything, needing captions is super relatable these days. Yeah. Have you?
Yeah, man. I can't watch House of Dragons, bro, without some captions on. I'm old. I can't hear shit. They do that whisper talk stuff, man. Stop whisper talking. I can't hear it. Stop with them dark-ass cameras. I can't see what's going on. I'm old. You gotta help me out.
You tried watching House of Dragon without captions? It's impossible. I mean, half the characters have the same name. Aegon, tell Aemon to get Rhaenyra to warn Rhaenyra about Aegon's trade. But don't tell Viserys, he'll tell Jacaerys. Did you get that? No, I didn't. I don't know what that was.
Holy shit.
I'm not vouching for Fetterman over Dr. Oz or anything like that, but I do think this whole debate is veering into the territory of saying that people with disabilities cannot be lawmakers, which is trash, all right? Especially since America already has disabled lawmakers serving right now. It shouldn't be disqualified, right?
Yeah.
Crenshaw is missing an eye. Tammy Duckworth lost both her legs, right? And Mitch McConnell, he's literally melting all the time.
You talking about Turtle Man? Oh, Turtle Man?
Has he let that hold him back? No! He gets up every day and he vows to keep on working until the moment his face slides right off of his skull. Oh, that's right. Every night I tie my skin into a ponytail. Now, even though the Senate is getting the most attention, there's also a heated race for mayor of Los Angeles, where Congresswoman Karen Bass is facing off against real estate tycoon Rick Caruso. And in their final debate last night, there was one moment that got everyone's attention. And it's when the moderator mentioned that Karen Bass is a person of color, and then Rick Caruso said, me too.
And this question goes for the both of you. The next mayor of Los Angeles will be either an African-American woman or a white man.
I'm Italian.
Italian-American.
Thank you. That's Latin. Thank you.
Latin.
You're not white, you're Latin? Get the out of here, man. What is that? What is that? We all know what this is about, right? This guy's running in Los Angeles, so now he's saying, I'm Italian, which is a Latin language, so I'm basically Latino, right? And look, I'm not claiming to be an expert, but if you tell someone you're grabbing Latin food, I think they'll be pretty pissed off when you come back with Olive Garden, right? We can all agree on that. So I think we can all agree that Rick Caruso is just bullshitting here. Because I promise you, when he gets pulled over by the cops, he's not like, hola, officer, what is the problem, senor?
He took a minute to get to that, but he's right about that. I heard this Italian comic talking about one time, and he's like, you know, at a certain part, he's like, you just get accepted by the Caucasians, and then you just become one of them. And he was Italian, and that's what the fuck he was talking about.
What's funny about this whole thing is that when they came to America, Italians weren't considered white, but then they fought for like 100 years to change that. Yeah. And let's be honest, any debate was definitely over by the time the Mario trailer came out last week. Yeah, because Chris Pratt is out here like, it is I, Mario. So,
I haven't seen that trailer. I gotta watch it.
The mayoral races are heating up, but it turns out, even in the animal kingdom, my friends, elections are being fought tooth and nail.
An update on Fat Bear Week. It's the popular bracket that has been rocked by a big cheating scandal. So each year, people vote on the beefiest bear in Alaska's Katmai National Park before
Alaska things.
Hibernation season. Well, the national park tweeted, quote, like bears stuff their face with fish, our ballot box 2 has been stuffed. There were thousands of fake votes for Bear 747.
Dude, we will cheat at anything. That do mean anything.
But even with the fake votes removed, 747 weighed in at 1,400 pounds and still won the semifinal round. Now 747 will face off against Bear 901 for the final round. Voting starts this.
You're gonna give the bears like cool names or some shit like that? They gotta sound like prisoners, like fucking bear number 746255
morning.
Yes, my friends, it appears that a voting scandal has tainted the dignity of Fat Bear Week.
Hashtag not my fat bear.
And don't you dare laugh. Don't you laugh. If we cannot trust the sanctity of the Fat Bear vote, then what can we trust? I honestly don't understand this. Who would even care enough about a Fat Bear election?
Exactly.
To try and cheat and stuff the ballot box? Who is this person? Who's like, oh, I've got to rig this. Like, why? The fattest bear doesn't get any power if it wins. It's not like a bear is going to win the election and then cut taxes. Rah, rah, I use my claws to cut the taxes. And now for the zoning laws. What are you doing? And by the way, I feel like this story is almost the perfect encapsulation of American culture.
Isn't it?
Because when other countries engage with nature, there's a reverence. You know, it's like, the mighty brown bear, wary of the coming chill, hunkers down for the winter months. But with America, it's like, look at this chunky boy. Look at him. He's so chunky. I just want to, dude. Oh my God. Oh, he just ate my arm. Take a picture.
That is too funny. Wow. Well, it's going to be time to vote soon. We don't have a lot of options. Thank God we have a system that has worked as well as it has, because somehow the fucking idiots running this shit somehow haven't just like absolutely destroyed everything yet. They're going to leave that up to us. So stop fighting with each other. Vote for the person that you should vote for. That's smart. That's going to do the best job for us. I don't know if they even exist in our political system anymore. But God damn it, let's see if we can find one. Let's put somebody in charge that actually knows what they're doing, that's actually going to do something that's right for the entirety of America. Good luck. Thanks, guys.